All right, you guys, I am super excited. I know you guys are too, to hear from Jill and her team tonight. This team is like, has not stopped the whole time she's been here. You've been here almost a year, huh? Coming up on a year. So it's been like 11 and a half months or 11 months of just hardcore excitement, running, growing, glowing, all of it. So exciting. I'm so proud of you, so proud of your team. And I'm like ready with my, you guys get a notepad and a pen if you don't have it, because you're going to want to take notes. I'm ready. Um, Jill, let's just start with you. I know you have some rock stars that you're going to talk to tonight. I'm going to kind of just hand it over to you, but why don't you just tell us, like how you got started thriving, what's going on, like how do you accounts, and then just take it away from there.
Yes, thank you for having us on. We are super humbled to be asked to be on here. So shout out to my team for joining me tonight. So April 23rd will be my 1 year. Super crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. Like, holy shit. I literally have been just running my ass off the entire time. Like, I don't even know what's going on. We're just going. Like, it's amazing. So like I said, joined in April. I was on maternity leave, just had my second child. She was about, I had a 9-month-old and 3-year-old. I'm like, how do I do the math? Mom was losing her shit. So I was at home on maternity leave, totally secluded myself from the outside world, didn't talk to my friends. My phone wasn't ringing. My messages weren't coming in. Like, I felt so secluded from the world. It was crazy. And that put me in a dark place. My hormones were crazy. You guys know what we go through if you're a mom. And so I was just in a weird spot. One day, thankfully, I was scrolling through Facebook, and I came across a funnel post. So this is why I push the funnel super major to my team. The funnel is everything, you guys. I came across a post from a mutual friend of Lacey and I's, talking about her sample, her 3-day mini sample, how excited she was to start it, all of this stuff. And I've never heard of Thrive at this point. I'm like, what the hell are these crazy broads talking about? I've never heard of Thrive. I don't know why they're feeling so amazing or why they're so pumped up, whatever's going on. I'm probably hopped on Lacey's page and Facebook stalked her, because we're FBI's on Facebook. So I probably seen it was popping off over there. So I hit her up, I messaged her, and what is going on? What is this about? Instantly hit me with the voice clips. Voice clips are life. I just always would type everything out before I met Lacey and the opportunity. So she hit me with the voice clips, got me reeled in for sure. I was like, damn, she's pumped up. I'm excited. Whatever she's got, I'm buying, because I'm all in. Why not? At this point, I have nothing to lose. So I'm excited, whatever the hell she's talking about. Didn't know her, nothing, none of that. It was super crazy. So I ordered that day, and then probably did a little bit more stalking and seeing all the excitement, whatever she had posted. And I hit her back up. I don't even remember if it was the same day, the next day, like it was all a blur. And I was like, how do I join? Like, I want to sell this. Like, I've never had network marketing experience, never thought I would be that person selling anything, but something just told me, like, this is it. I don't know. I just went all in. So I was like halfway to my VIP before I got my products. You guys don't ever think you have to wait for your products, like, to just take off running. You don't need to know anything in the business. You don't need to have it all together. Ignorance on fire is what they called me. They still do, because I'm still just ignorance on fire, running my ass off, you guys. You don't, like, the thing to this business is the simplicity of it, and don't overcomplicate it. Once you start overcomplicating, thinking that you need to know every ingredient off top, you need to know everything off, you know what I mean? That's when you're going to stop yourself and just be so overwhelmed. And like, you don't need to know all that. All you need to know is, like, you're excited for products in your body. It's going to be a game changer. And then all you need to sell is your story. You lead with your story, lead with how you're feeling and how it's changing your life, and the products will sell themselves. Like, we just lead with our story, and that's what, and that's crazy. So now, almost a year in, I am a stay-at-home mom full-time. I was able to stop my 9-to-5 job, which was crazy. And I actually didn't plan on doing that. It's just kind of how things happened with COVID and all of that. And I started to pick up a little bit in the income, and it just made sense to stay at home. So now I'm a stay-at-home mom, making better money than I ever have there. So there's that. And that's where we're at today. So my team is growing and literally glowing by the day. I have a badass team underneath me, and it's really true. Like, you attract your tribe. Like, your energy is going to attract that energy. So I have a team full of amazing rock stars with the same energy, the same vision, the same passion. Like we all got that hustle in us. So we were just like running our asses off, and I'm so damn thankful for my team and just everything happening. But what probably my main tip, I'm just going to keep going, you guys. Sorry, I don't know when to shut up. So my main tip is going to be to plug in. So everybody who's on the Zoom, that's step one to be successful. Like I said, you don't need to know everything. We learn by plugging in to the Zooms. I learn from every single Zoom that I'm on, probably attend about 4 to 5 a week. No joke. This is our job, you guys. You treat it as so. Like you're going to get out of it what you want in your business. Like treat it as a job. This is my full-time job. So I am plugging in every Zoom that I can, because not, and are you going to learn like amazing golden nuggets from every Zoom? Maybe not, but listening to different people on different Zooms, like there's going to be at least 1 or 2 people that like hit you, that you really resonate with, and like that changes your mindset. And you're like, okay, like that's what I needed to hear. You know what I mean? It's super important to just listen to so many different stories. At first, I know a lot of my team and myself was like, okay, these Zooms are cheesy, like waste of time, boring. This is like the heart of our business, is listening to people's stories, how they got started, what's working for them. Take the tips that are working, because if you're not listening to people who are actually killing it and like doing things that are working, that is the key here, you guys. You just take that information and utilize it into your own business every day, and it's just going to take off. So that's definitely my biggest tip. I don't want to give away all my tips, because my team, I want to leave them some things to say. So how are we doing so far? I have so many specific
things. You're good. You just do, if you want to hand it over and then like wrap it up at the end, if they didn't nail on something, you're totally good. You have plenty of time.
Okay, perfect. Because I want to get into specifics, like as to how we run our business every day, and like certain really great tips, but I want my team to share first, so I don't take all of that. So
yeah, you got plenty of time. If we go over, we're good.
Okay, sweet, perfect. So I'm gonna pull on Cecilia first. I know Cecilia was super skeptical about the business, and one of the ones that thought the Zooms were crazy, and now is plugging in and killing it. She's a super busy mom. And her story's kind of like mine. She's just now about to go back to work. So I will pull her on and let her tell her story, how she found Thrive. Cecilia, let's talk about how you felt Thrive found you, and how you work your business. Like, what are your go-tos daily that you do?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. So I actually found Thrive through Jill's sister, Jody. We work together, and, we work a stressful job, customer service, dealing with the public, working for a government agency it's stressful. There's a lot to it. And so, Jody and I just we were these rock stars in a sense, but we were literally dying daily. Like, I guess we just couldn't keep up with the workload because so much was being put on us. We were exhausted every day. I can only speak for myself when I say that I would actually nap all the time. Can you guys hear me? Okay. And so anyways, I was pregnant at the time, and watching Jody, I'm going, what the hell is she on? She's zipping and doing her work and all chirpy. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And she goes, it's Thrive, girl. So she started telling me all about it. But because I was pregnant at the time, I didn't want to jump all in. I'm like, as soon as I have this baby, girl, it's on. And then, fast forward to having the baby and being, a mother of 5 now, it was like, okay, it's time. She hit me up. I think, Jill, I got a call from you saying, girl, what's up? You ready for this? And so I thought, okay, I'm going to jump in and do this. So in the meantime, I had been following Jill and watching her and just seeing all the amazing stuff she was doing. But fast forward to the business part of it, because again, I'm a mother of 5. I kind of get emotional because I missed a lot. I've always been deficient in some areas, whether it's vitamin D, iron, never had the energy to do anything, missed birthday parties, missed family gatherings, because it was like the motivation, the drive, it just wasn't there. and I couldn't figure out why. I'd spend hundreds of dollars on vitamins, couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong with me. And the minute I took Thrive, it was like, boom, like it was just this feeling of like, what the hell, where has this been my whole entire life? You know, so clearly I'm like, okay, I'm going to jump on, let's go. So click the promoter button and, you know, kind of started slow just because I didn't know what I was doing, you know, at the time. Like Jill mentioned, I think I was too busy studying like the ingredients. People were saying, oh, what's this for? What's that for? And it was like, it was stressing me out because I didn't have the answers to it. So I started listening to everyone, seeing what they were doing, and plugging into the Zooms. And that is where it's at, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I watched a couple where I was like, what the hell am I watching right now? This is crazy. Like, this is a waste of my time. I don't know what the hell, you know, like, what am I learning from this? And as time went on and I'm watching and listening, I'm like, wait a minute, you know, like this person's story is important because she's successful. She's telling her story because she became successful. So I started listening and really, really plugging in. And so anyways, I ended up, I hit my VIP 800 and then picked up the VIP 1600, which, you know, to me, I thought, oh my God, how embarrassing. If I don't hit those, you know, like it's going to be over for me. And when I hit it, I was super excited. I ended up hitting the 4K in 2 weeks. And, you know, it's just been on from then. I'm currently, you know, trying to grow my team because that's where it's at, you know. It's hard to piece everything together by myself. So obviously, like, that's my team, you know, that's my tips. Clearly getting people under you and duplicating, because that's another thing that I did not know, is that in order to be successful, you clearly need to get a team under you and help them duplicate those VIPs. Without kind of, you know, because I'm getting kind of nervous, the main tips that I would like to share is, don't be afraid to talk to people. I think sometimes we assume that person isn't going to buy from you. And that has been like, I've been so wrong because I've actually like got the courage to talk to someone that I didn't think would ever buy, and then they bought. So I think the minute that you assume that they're not going to buy, you've already decided for them that they don't need it. And that is like, you know, that's not fair to them. And, you know, I mean, it's not going to help your business. Another thing that I want to touch on is when you're friend requesting people, I've gotten people that say, hey, how do I know you? And I mean, these are just random requests that I've sent, like, how do I know you? And so what I do is I go on their page and just scroll through to find one thing that I can connect with them on, you know, and then kind of go from there. And I've actually, you know, made friends like all over the US doing that. So that's all I got for you guys.
You did good. I love that.
Thank you.
To touch on a few things of what Cecilia was saying. So she came in as a skeptic, and yes, she didn't know much, but that's where your leadership comes in, is they contacted me. Like, I believed in them before they believed in themselves. So I kept their fire lit. I'm like, you guys, we got this. They need this. This is gold. Like, look what it's doing for us. It could do that for them. This is what you need. I got graphic. I got, you know, the folders in my phone with the graphics, with the information, with the copy and paste verbiage. Like, you need all of that as a leader. They're going to be coming to you because they don't know yet. They're just running their asses off. They're finding the people and bringing them back to me. We're in messages. Yeah. I'm telling them how to, you know, coach their people and what to tell them. And that's what you need to do as your leadership. So that's where that all fell into place. And I believed in them. And then they started, you know, believing in it themselves, because once they start making moves and it starts working out, they're like, okay, this is working. So I'm going to keep plugging into myself and learning more and growing more. So I love that, Cecilia. Her and Jody would go on their lunch breaks and literally take naps in their cars. So like, they are busy moms. They have nonstop all day. Like that was like, you were putting it lightly there, Cecilia. So you guys are like amazing super moms that this has changed your whole entire life. So, okay. So sorry, crazy kids going on. I'm going to pull in Hayley. Hayley is one of my young bucks on my team. I am so excited to be getting the youngins involved because holy cow, girl, is your life going to be insane a few years from now? And you are so young jumping in. It excites me. Hayley is only 19 and I am so proud of her for like throwing everybody to the side, the skepticisms, the like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? In that young group, they don't really have the vision yet, but Hayley, my girl, has the vision, and I'm so damn proud of you for jumping in and not letting anybody guard your vision, girl. So let's share your little bit of your story, how you got going.
All right. So at first I just saw Jenny and Angel posting about it and I was like, what the heck? Like, what is this? And I really just brushed it off. I was like, whatever. Well, I just moved to Reading. I lost connection with everyone. And it was just like a really dark state for me. Like I didn't have energy to barely go to work. Like I'd get off of work and I'd go home and I'd take a nap. Like, and then I'd wake up, eat dinner and go to sleep. That was my daily schedule. Angel reached out to me when she was doing a contest to create free accounts. And so I created a free account and she told me about it, but I was still like, that's too much money. I can't do it. Like 2 weeks before I moved back to Orville, I went over to her house and she told me more about it. And I was like, okay, like, I think I want to do this. She was like, yeah, you can gain weight. Like it has mood support and all this stuff. And I was like, all right. So I didn't even become a customer. I just pressed the promoter button that night and bought the promoter pack. And I was waiting for my promoter pack to come and Angel gave me a 3-day sample and was like, here, try it first. She goes, if you don't like it, which I'm pretty sure you will, I'll buy your promoter pack from you. And I was like, okay. So I tried it. By the first day, I had energy like no other, like didn't want to stay at home. I wanted to get up and go do something. I kid you not, I was sitting there and I was like, I need to go for a hike or something. I literally went for a hike that day and I haven't been hiking in a year before that. And then 3 weeks later, I'm doing my Thrive and there was a deal going on for the 800 pack. So I bought it and I fell in love. I was a day one customer, loved it. What I do to grow my business is I'll add people, like random people on Facebook, and some of them are weird. So I sit there and I look at their Facebook profile first, and most of the time it's different promoters, but I try to keep most of the promoters off so that I don't just see Thrive stuff, that I interact with my other friends on Facebook that aren't using Thrive. I also make sure to reach out to at least a couple people a day. Most of the time I get denied, but I still reach out to people. And then I take Jill's tips and I'm thriving.
I'm so damn proud of you. I love that. So I know that the younger versions are, the younger generations are like, what the heck are you doing? What is this Thrive stuff? Vitamins? They're not into vitamins. So I love that you just keep focused and tell them how good you feel. And you're in it to gain weight. That's super important. We always share, certain people on our teams have actually gained weight from it because it fills in your nutritional gaps, right? So that is a huge story that you share. And I love that you share that because a lot of people struggle with that. So great job, Hayley. I love it. Okay, so we're going to pull on Carrie, one of my 12Ks. Her team is growing so fast, girl. I'm so proud of you. You're an amazing leader. So I can't wait for you to share some of your amazing tips and how everything got going.
Hello, everyone. So I watched for quite a while. I had friends that have been thriving for probably 5 years. I always thought that sticker was silly and there's absolutely no way that that would change anybody's life. And then my mom started thriving. And when I seen what Thrive did for my mom after a whole bunch of stuff that we had been through in our family, I was like, what are you doing? Where did you get that? And so she told me about it, and then Jill had posted having many samples available, and I was like, girl, I need something. Send it to me. How can I get this? I went and picked it up. I was a day one thriver. I have not missed a day since since that day. The energy that I had, the capability of being able to keep up with all 4 of my kids, having 2 teenagers and 2 toddlers is, I'm pulled every way possible.
I think I lost you, Carrie. Are you there?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good, Carrie. I think maybe Jill, your service cut out for a sec.
Okay.
She's back. You're both back.
Okay. And then after I had my mini sample, I jumped in. I got a 4-week with some like boost and activate, and the activate is what really got me. That took.
Oh shoot, now she's cutting out.
Yeah, she froze, Lacey.
Okay, it's not me, right? Is she
No,
frozen?
not this time. No.
I can't.
I'm like, what?
And then I got my hand on some product from a friend that she just quit taking it for whatever reason, and I handed it out to everyone I knew, every single person, and I don't stop doing that. Baby, go play, please. Go play, please. And probably, I mean, my tips and tricks that I have, I stay consistent. I stay in people's inboxes. I do tons of reach outs. I'm sorry, I got distracted and lost my train of thought. You're gonna sit here?
You're doing good, mom life. Oh, no, is she frozen again? Not funny, sis.
There she is. She's back.
What again?
Carrie, we lost you for just a second. You said that your tips are you stay in inboxes, you stay consistent, you do tons of reach outs.
Yes, sorry. And I stay with my team, you know, I focus on my VIPs the most and just try to help them, remind them, the 2 customers, the 2 promoters. I throw a lot of incentives in my group and just run with them. I'm not afraid to share the product with the world. So when I see somebody and they're yawning, I'm like, hey, we need to talk. Or my circle of mom friends, like, I have the magic that you need. I definitely spread the word. I don't care if it's a coffee shop, a Walmart, people walking in the aisle, I'm sharing it with everybody.
That's right. You are getting people on Thrive. One thing about Carrie is she's super confident. Like, even if she doesn't know the answer, she is super confident in talking to these people. And if she doesn't have the answer, she's going to go get it really quick and bring it to them. She doesn't allow them to know that she doesn't know the answer or that she's scrambling for it, or you just got to be really confident on your delivery. And that's what I love about Carrie. And also she leads with her story. A lot of people from our town know Carrie, know her struggles, know what she's been through, and they're seeing this beautiful queen glow up and they're like, what's going on? We're going to support her. And then it's changing their life in the process of that. So I love it, Carrie. You're incredible in changing a lot of lives, my friend. I'm super proud of you. Okay, Erica, my girl. Erica does not give up. Erica's a full-time nail tech, super busy. Her direct sponsor kind of, you know, wishy-washy a little bit, kind of whatever, but she did not let that discourage her. She leaned on me. She took the leadership and she just chose that she's going to be the leader. So I love it so much. Her team is doing amazing. She's an incredible leader. So I can't wait for you to share, my girl.
Hey guys, yeah, no, I was definitely extremely skeptical at first just because MLMs I looked at in such a negative light and I wanted no part of it. However, when somebody I trusted came to me, I was like thinking about it, but like, eh. And then my husband brought it up to me that somebody else was talking to him about it. So I was like, you know what, we're just going to do it. Then we're just going to go all in. And yes, Jill's right. My upline's definitely wishy-washy, but when I saw Jill and her energy and the energy behind the whole team, I was like, oh, wow. Like, we're not alone. I never have to feel alone. And that's what I like to make sure that my promoters under me and everything, I like them to know that they are not alone as well, because that way they're not just like, oh, okay, I'm a promoter. What do I do? You know, because I definitely felt that way at first until I was introduced to the whole team. I was like, wow, I'm never alone, you know? Something important for me that I do though, is definitely follow up with anyone that has ever purchased from me and gotten a sample from me, anything like that. You don't just want to hand it or sell it and go, just because you want to make sure they don't feel like, oh, they just wanted our money and they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, always follow up, always, like, you know, just keep that same energy you kept when you were trying to get their money, basically. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them to feel like that. But yeah, opportunity. Like when I first started like selling Thrive, I was like, oh, okay, you know, this is cool. But then I realized the opportunity. I saw the 40Ks, the 80Ks, the 200Ks, and I was like, wow, it's been a year for her. It's been 2 years for her. Like, this is crazy. The opportunity is huge. And, you know, after getting the product in my system, I was like, okay, yeah, definitely a gold mine. But yeah, just another thing is, don't let the negativity get to you, because there always is going to be somebody that's got something negative to say. I can't tell you how many times I let it get to me when somebody had something crappy to say, and I'm just like, maybe they're right, and I'm just like, no, like, I've got this amazing team and these amazing people that are doing big things. I stop letting it get in my head, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, another thing is, go for no. Jill always says go for no, and it's so true, because there was a point in time where every time I turned around, I was getting a no. And the first time I hit my 4K, a bunch of my no's that had said no to me time and time again, dang near 80% of them turned into yeses. So, you know, consistency is key. Like Carrie said, stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? These people that, you know, need this product in their life and in their bodies, don't give up on them just because they said no. Keep trying, keep telling them like how amazing this product is. And you never know, them seeds that you're planting definitely will bloom. I thought it was like not going to happen for me, and then boom, all these no's turn into yeses last minute when I needed it the very most. So definitely, most importantly, just don't give up on the opportunity, because the opportunity is huge, and you're going to look back and be like, dang, I really, really, really should have done that. That's all I have for you, Jill.
No, you're awesome. You're so right. There's so many people that would go out of their way for Erica and just hop on her post and was like, you know, all the negative and the drama, and she kept it classy, she kept it clean, and she kept it moving, and that's what I love. So that's a huge thing what you touched on, Erica, that you didn't feel alone because you had me and you had the team. That is another huge thing, to make sure that you're making relationships. I didn't know Erica before she started thriving, and now we're like, I love Erica. Like, I love my whole team, because I make sure that I make those connections and those relationships with every single member of my team. If they're your team, that's your team. It doesn't matter who on the team signed them. It doesn't matter if you're their direct enroller. If you know, her sponsor kind of fell off, if I didn't have that connection with Erica and she didn't trust me to lead her, then I would have lost Erica, you know, and I would have lost an amazing teammate. So that's huge. Is just definitely, like, that's your team. So you make connections and relationship with everybody on your team is super important. And Lacey definitely always says that. Definitely do that. I don't care how many levels down you are. I don't care if you're, you know, freaked out because I'm following you on Facebook now and I'm adding you and I'm messaging you. Like, I'm going to welcome you with open arms. So that's super important to feel like that. I had a few things that I was going to touch on and I totally forgot. Okay, so maybe we can do a little Q&A to wrap it on up. I don't know where to go from here. I have plenty more, but maybe some questions.
You go with whatever you want, but you had said that you were going to kind of touch on your team's like IPAs. Like, what does your day look like? What do you do?
Oh yeah, maybe this is what I do.
In a day.
Yeah, I got a lot. So so first of all, what really inspired me and got my social media game, like, I used to have 4 likes, you guys. Now I'm like over 100 likes all the time. So I definitely interact with people all day. I'm going through the first thing that I do when I wake up, 3 steps in my story. That's got to be a must every single day. And if I don't get the full 3 steps, then I'm doing my capsules, you know, specifically, and then I'll put the second and the third step like as a graphic or something, but all the time 3 steps in the stories. After that, I go through everybody's stories and I'm making sure that I'm commenting on stories of like non-thrivers specifically, but I'm making those connections. And I'm going to make a post in the morning. My post is usually like, you know, a wake up and like inspirational quote or like, let's kill the day type of vibe. So everybody feeds off that, like, okay, you know, we're at it again. We're feeling good. A motivating quote for sure. So steps in the stories. I follow people who are, obviously you want to follow people who motivate you, inspire you, who are like killing the game. So if you're on Instagram, Angela Bebe's team, if you guys do not know her and her team, please get to know them, follow them every single day. I watch their stories every single day. I take bits and pieces of their content and make it my own. Sometimes, you know, screenshot it and use that. Like, it's all good. And I met her in Mexico. It was super cool. But they're just normal people, you guys. They're thrivers. They want to share their content too. And it just like puts you up on game on like how they're doing it. And it just opens up a whole new social media game, because that's really going to grow. Like, that's how you're going to grow. Networking is probably 80% for me. I know it's all online for me and it's working. So definitely do that. Touch on samples a little bit. When I first started, I gave a shit ton of product away. Not gonna lie, I was just like, the more people that I get to try it, the more people are gonna turn around and buy it. I still do that every now and then, but I'm really trying to push to my team, like, let's put value on it. Because when somebody pays a little bit for it, you know, whether you want to charge them 15, 20, 25 bucks, that's up to you. But when you put value on it and they're spending their money on it, they're gonna probably take it more serious than when you just gave them something free, because they're like, oh, you gave it to me, like, what is it? You know, obviously it's not gold if you're giving it to me for free. So I'm a big believer of putting value on our samples. I definitely do that. And here and there, I'll do a raffle, of course, give a sample away or something. I'm very intentional on who wins my raffles. Let me just tell you that. I teach leaders, like when they come in, I am literally walking with them hand in hand. Like, I don't just leave my team. Like, I'm very, very serious about that. But then it comes a time, you know, after they're out of their VIP and they're starting to get their team going now, I really encourage them to start their own team chat. We have one big team chat that is just lit all the time, super motivating and super pumped up. But some things tend to specific to the business in that chat. So they motivate each other, pump each other up, share the wins, all of that. But I definitely encourage them to have their own team chats, because I want that layered leadership. I don't want to have to hold your hand for, you know, you're 3 months in and I'm still holding your hand. That's not going to benefit me. I got to run my own business as well. So I'm teaching leaders. I'm making sure that they can step into their power just as I stepped into mine. And again, I'm going to lead them until they believe in themselves, and they do it. They feed off of that. We're powerful, you guys. Like, we know what was going on. Like, once you get it and I see that it clicks to them and they get it, they're soaring. They're my eagles and they're flying. You know, you still have those chickens that you gotta, you know, walk a little bit, but teach leaders. Don't baby them. They're capable. So at a certain point, like, I drop a lot of content, but then at certain points I'm like, hey, this is where you're gonna go find that. You know, follow the team pages and search at the bar and find that for yourself. You know what I mean? So it's just giving them the tools that they need, but also encouraging them to do that, because they're gonna lead their own team. You know, and you can tell. My team is popping and I got some amazing leaders with me. So that's how we are so much more powerful, is that's a huge thing. The funnel, if you guys don't know what the funnel is, every single customer that we get, whether it be a sample or a 4-week pack, we are big on our personal pages. Like, the team pages are cool. Absolutely celebrate that. And the Celebrate the Thrive Zone, of course, we want to welcome them to the community, but we are big on our personal timeline. We are getting the curiosity sparked on our personal timeline. We are shouting people out when they jump in with us, because that kind of opens the door for other people to be comfortable and confident to jump on the Thrive train too, because they're like, there's so many Thrive haters, you guys know this, but there's so many people that need it. So don't be afraid to shout this person out, even if they want to be an undercover thriver. I'm shouting you out loud and proud, like you jumped on, and I'm so happy I got the skeptical person to jump on with me, because now everybody's going to kind of follow suit. There's a lot of followers, you guys, so that's important to do that. We're really big on our personal timelines. We're sharing the wins, because people know that we're super lit right now. Every time we pop a VIP, we got a new promoter. We got, you know, these bonuses are insane. Like, we are all sharing those wins. I drop every single new promoter picture into our group chat, every single VIP, any type of free Thrive. Use that free Thrive badge if you aren't already. Like, all of that is the whole team needs to share that, because we're just super lit and people are interested. That FOMO kicks in and they want to be a part of what is going on. You know, they want to be so excited with us. They're like, how the hell are these people excited every single day, all day? Like, we're thriving. That's how. So they definitely want to be a part of it. One thing coming into the business that I didn't expect to be such a huge thing in my life was self-development and self-growth. I didn't really honestly know what it was. I'm sorry, they're having a full-on party back here. You guys, everybody has seen me go like petty Betty on social media to like the inspirational, like I know what to respond to and not respond to. So this is another huge thing. Cut out the negativity. Hey, in real life, but also on your timeline. If you have these negative ass people on your timeline that is not aligned with your vision and where you want to be in your headspace every single day and work that into your business, then they're just going to be cutting your growth. What you're trying to take a couple steps forward, you're just going to get right back into the bullshit. So cut all those negative people off of your timeline. I have deleted so many people and I get the messages, why'd you delete me? I leave them on red because they're not a part of my mission. They're not aligned with what I have going on, and nobody is going to mess with my vision and my business right now. So that's huge. I don't let anybody get into my headspace because I allowed that a lot of times, like people to get into my head, and then I start overthinking things and it just slows me down. I ain't got time for that. So you got to make sure, like, if you're running, all eyes are ahead. That's for sure. The simplicity of it, like there's no secret to being successful, you guys. You just got to be loud and proud, never stop working. I probably work a little too much because I'm obsessed. Hey, Lucas, I'm always in my cloud office, like always watching what's going on. If somebody has a new customer, congratulations on your new customer. Somebody signs a promoter, hell yeah, throw us into a three-way. Congratulations on your promoter. Let's get them qualified and active. I got this off their package. I'm gonna, incentives go a long way, whether it be $10, $15, free shipping, anything that you can offer as a leader on top of them offering something. Like somebody's gonna jump in and grab that promoter pack if they think that they're getting a great deal, and they are gonna get a deal, So get them qualified and active and get them running. I signed a girl today that said, I'm not ready to promote. Guess what? I still slapped that badge on her. I threw her into the team pages and now she's off and running. I'm like, what happened to you not wanting to promote? She's like, hey, I got a few people interested. And okay, another huge thing. Right away, whether they be a customer or a promoter, I get their link for them. I don't even wait for them to find it. I drop their, Lucas, come on, dude. I drop their link for them. I think that is so big. I drop the refer to Get Thriving for free and I give them their link to them. I say, hey, now I help all of my customers thrive for free. That's my number one goal. And that's your number one goal, is to get thriving for free. Here is your link. Send that to everybody that you think might want to join the journey with you, that will support you in your business. That's who you reach out to first, to your inner circle. I got 20 pack or whatever I can afford at the moment is what they're going to get. And typically they're going to get running, because who doesn't want to try for free if they're loving the
things I just let it slide.
They're going to take off running. So also another huge one that I do is batch working. You guys, I literally almost every single day I'm at home with no makeup on, no eyebrows filled in my damn robe, in my boots. Lacey's seen it in real life today. That's me on a daily, okay? All these pretty pictures and all this stuff on social media. Of course, I share the bad days too. If I'm having a bad day and I look rough, like I'll go live without makeup on. Like they want to see the real me. I'm not, whatever. They know I'm not perfect. But batch working is super important. If I do have a day to where I'm feeling myself and I look good and I look cute, I'm going to take those pictures. It's all about photo ops for me, guys. Like I'm huge on the pictures. I'm going to take the pictures with my product. I'm going to take the pretty picture in front of the waterfall. I'm going to do it all. So batch working and those pics on deck and having those posts. Like I see people where I really love their posts. I'm like, damn, that was a good post. I will copy paste it into my notebook, kind of switch it up a little bit, wait a few days and then post it myself. Like super, super important. That's a huge tip right there. Like you don't always have to feel like you got to come up with this like super catchy status, super catchy. Most of the time, all of mine are shared from other thrivers and just inspired by other thrivers that I switch up a little bit and make my own. And they're cool with that because other thrivers share my stuff all the time. Like, and that's just kind of like our camaraderie, right? Like we know that we're going to like help each other out and share each other's, inspirational posts. So that's totally, you can do that always. And then, yeah, just lead with your story and your journey. The products will do it all for themselves, but they're going to buy you before they buy the product. They're going to see what is making her so happy. She's glowing. She's always so pumped. She's excited. I want to do whatever she's going to do. Eventually, they're going to come around, guys. Like Erica said, go for no. They're interested. If they said no, then they already probably checked it out, what's going on, and they know about it. So eventually, they're going to come back around. They're going to have that extra money. They're going to have that stimulus payment. But are they going to think of you when they're ready to jump in? Who's going to come into the mind when they're like, okay, I'm ready to thrive? Who are they going to jump on with? the person who's loud and proud every single day, screaming it from the rooftops and like have all these exciting things going on, or the person who's super quiet about it and barely posts one time a week. So that's why we're popping. I know that I stay super lit. I'm a Thrive billboard on my Facebook, and I don't even care because that's what works for me. I know a lot of people say don't share too much Thrive. Girl, go look at my Facebook. I'm all about Thrive. I live and breathe Thrive, and it works for me. So it's just finding what works for you and your business, and we're just super lit. That's what works for us.
So good. Everything was so good. Okay, so I have another thing. I want to ask you one more thing. You said that you guys are like huge on three-ways. Can you talk a little bit about like, what do you think three-ways do for the potential, for the business? Like, why are you so big on three-ways?
So I have one particular upline, whatever, that she thrived the whole time she was pregnant. And so we have a lot of people right now who are pregnant and in that rough spot, and we're like, can I thrive? First of all, I tell my promoter, hey, first of all, we can't make medical claims. So our first step is to tell them, get it approved by the doctor. Second step is, hey, I'm going to throw you in a three-way with this upline, or, and she's going to share her story. We've had 2 turnarounds now that actually ended up in ordered because she shared her story and how it helped her. And those people are like, well, damn, that sounds amazing. And she's just being honest and real with them. And we all need it. Also, like when my team needs me in a three-way, it's usually when they need someone lit, like they're fire lit. It's usually when somebody's like on the edge, teeter. They're kind of like leaving them on red. I'm like, don't even wait. Don't ask them. Throw them in a three-way. Let me voice clip the hell out of them and turn it up. Like we're about to get it in. So I usually just jump on there, super pumped. If it's a promoter, like, oh man, I'm telling them about the leaderboard. I'm telling them what's up for grabs. I'm like super pumped. They can hear it in my voice. So voice clips are everything, you guys. If you're not using the voice clips, please do, because they can feel that energy. I make sure that I'm doing most of my three-ways in the morning when my capsules just hit and I'm like literally running around my house. So I'm in my phone voice clipping, get them so turned. They're like, well, damn, I can feel your energy in your voice. And I'm like, dude, this is how you can live every single day. We're super excited about what's happening in the company, the business, the products. Like they work really good turnaround about that. But it's mainly about just sharing stories and like getting someone to validate what they're trying to say. And maybe they're not going to, bite on what they're saying. But if a third person, that third party validation, it's usually going to turn around and they're usually going to jump in because they just want it. And then also throwing in a little discount here and there doesn't hurt either. So if they feel like they're going to get a deal from their, upline or their sponsor or whatever, then they're like, okay, well, she just hooked me up. And so I'm going to jump in with her.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. It's so crazy. I think how like we can tell people all day long how amazing this is, how good the business is and all that. And they won't believe us until and then we bring in like a random stranger and all of a sudden it's like, oh, and you're like, hello, like I've been telling you this, but they don't hear it until it's from someone else. And that was a really good point that you just made about the deals too. You know what I mean? Like there pretty often, if I get put in a three-way message, I'm going to come in and offer something, and so that people that put me in three-way messages know that, and people that don't. You guys are awesome. I just I literally I have a full page of notes. I'm excited. You guys are so on fire. One thing that Cecilia said was she's not afraid to talk to people. And I think that so many times we get in our own way so hardcore, and we'll say, well, I don't have time, or, well, this or this or this. And usually, I'm sorry, but it's bullshit. Like what gets in our way is us. And if we could just get out of our way and be fearless and not be afraid. Lisa says it all the time. Like, imagine what we could do if we weren't afraid what other people thought about us. Like, seriously, think about that for a second. Imagine what we could accomplish if we did not give one shit about what anybody else thought about us. We would be talking to the person at the gas station. We would be messaging the person we're afraid to talk to. We would be doing all these things that, you guys sound like you're doing, you know what I mean? And it's paying off. The growth that you're experiencing is so exciting to watch. I'm so proud of all of you. I think, Michelle, are you still on here? Did you have anything that you wanted to say?
I'm on here, yeah. Well, it's hard to follow Jill. I don't know. I don't know. It's just really cool to watch. It's really cool to watch. And I have to say, Jill, you're like a master duplicator. When I heard your team talk, and it's people that try to reinvent the wheel, usually don't go very far. And I'm not trying to be mean, it's just is what it is. So when I hear them saying, and Jill said, and Jill taught me, and Jill taught me, and I know where you learned that from. So, you know, you're dripping it down perfectly, and your vibe and your energy, you know, has your team listening. And I'm just really proud of you guys. And really, you're successful because you're loud and proud and you're duplicating. And it's really as simple as that.
Yep. Amen. All right, you guys, don't hop off. Okay, listen, if you're on here, okay, wait a second. I'm going to stop the recording. Jump on next Monday. We're going to have another team dropping their tips, telling their stories, but don't go anywhere right now. I'm going to stop the recording.